Hey guys, today I've got Richard with me here.
Hello, everyone.
Richard is one of the lead software developers at Dev Center House Ireland. And here we're talking about today something not so pretty, but very important when you're building software.
True.
So, and with that is, what are the hidden costs when you're building bad code and bad development? And, really good to kind of touch base on some of those points. And I want to just really hear back from you to see what are your thoughts on this topic. So I'll pass it to you there, Richard.
Yeah, absolutely. So technical debt can absolutely kill your product. And it's something that we've seen so many times with different case scenarios. It can be something that is still a small issue at early stages that you want to identify and recover from that as early as possible. But sometimes it is already to the point where it's beyond solving the problem. The technical debt has become so large, so unable to handle that the entire product has to unfortunately be built again. And that is how bad it can really get. And we've seen it so many times where, the first version of the product was just not functional, was filled with so many bugs that it wasn't worth time spending of any engineer going in there and trying to fix it. Rather, it would be much easier today leveraging some of the tools that we have at our disposal to just build it again. And that is how bad it can truly get. So the idea is to really try to identify when it starts to become a problem at the early stages and kill it at early as possible, rather than always thinking of passing it down. That eventually we'll get to the point where we solve these problems. Typically, there's never a good time to resolve bugs, and that's just the reality of having a production live product. You're always going and trying to stay competitive in the market, come up with new features, and usually that takes over focusing on the existing product and refining it and solving those bugs. So if you find yourself in that position, identify it and resolve it as soon as possible to avoid the unfortunate future.
Yeah, it's such a great point. And maybe I'm going to give to you guys, like, what are some of the things that you could also do practically to mitigate that, to make sure that if you're building your next startup, that how you ensuring you're not technical, you're not a software engineer, you're not going to go in and reading every line of code, but you want the code to be written in the best form. So what are the things you can do today if you have building something for first time? So first of all is to make sure that whoever you hire, right, that you hire experts, right? And that's really critical. If you hire an individual developer that does the mission, the task X, Y, that developer only knows what he knows, right? Now, instead, let's take another example. Let's say you hire a software development company. Now, this software development company have done this maybe like 10, 20, 50, 100 times. So they already seen number of times. And we talked about bad code. If I give some scenarios here, like, some numbers without going any specific of client specific, I would say out of the pre-written application that we had to build on top and then later rewrite, I would say about 70% of those clients have pretty much we've done that. We had to rebuild the code from scratch.
Yeah.
That was previously done by another software house or perhaps maybe another in-house, some developers that was done. Now, there were a couple of patterns, right? So as products get built, founders, always like, okay, I want to add this feature and this feature. Designs are not followed. Then suddenly, and then the technology stack got much older, something that was built 10, 15 years ago, 5 years ago. It has a lot of changes today.
Right.
So, but if you're building for first time now, right, what can you do? I would say first, make sure you have, the right, technical team. And even if you hired 1 or 2 engineers of your own, I would still complement it, go to the hybrid approach. I would complement it with another good software house, right? So now you have another software house that's complementing it, which complement your team. It raises the bar for your software development team.
Right.
So in addition to that, another thing you could do, if you already have a software development partner who's building the product and you're not technical, what is my advice for you? Well, what you could do, hire another software development company to audit their code. Why not? It's going to cost you very little. As soon as you have investors start investing on this, this is going to be a huge problem. So, believe it or not, you can actually do so much. Just hire another third party, and that third party will come in, do audit, which will also do some due diligence, and now you get it from both sides.
Yep.
I've seen some great results by doing that. Of course, there's a lot of tools. We use tools like Sonar Cloud. When you make deployment inside your, any commit you make, that's going to go ahead and audit, review the code, the
Yes.
quality, vulnerabilities, and all that. Making sure these kind of basic stuff are implemented. So immediately, at least your team standard really goes up. So I think, that would be the key takeaway. So if you're building, if you have an already existing software partner, and if even they're very good, I would still encourage, go ahead and hire another company or another senior engineer to come in and review the things. And then if you are having in-house, full-time employee of yours, I would then complement them by another team that is very good, know what they do. That will also significantly boost and improve.
Yes.
Guys, if you did like this video, subscribe to the channel, like it, and you can connect with me on LinkedIn and leave feedback. All right, see you guys.
Bye-bye.